Hey, you, it's Adam over at If I Motivation. And today I got a near and dear friend of mine, actually, that hails partially from the 239 area code, my boy Joseph Castro. Say what's up, Joseph.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
And I'm so glad that you're here. Today I got my boy George Sims from PA. Say what's up, George.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Today we got my homeboy Jonathan Dominics hailing out of Wisconsin. Say what's up, Jonathan.
Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Ended up going downhill real fast, and just like just like most addicts, I started out, thinking I can handle it, thinking I was doing okay,
Kids to be affected like that. And so at that point, I mustered up the courage to ask for help. I went to a treatment center down in Florida. It's called Rebound Institute. It's run by a ex-NBA All-Star Jason Williams.
This alleged robbery I thought of, and she was like, "Yeah, that's not a shocker." Went right on about her day. That's how bad I got. And like that, even discussing a robbery, she was just like, "Yeah, why you really think that's going to shock me that you're saying that?" Because I was trying to be honest with her and stuff.
So they suggested I go to rehab, right? So I went to rehab, right? And this was a rehab on a military post. I started doing step work. I started going to PTSD therapy, which I didn't even know that it was a problem.
In order for this all to work, I had to set my ego aside and say, I have to have an open mind. First of all, it takes humility to say that you're powerless over alcohol and that your life is unmanageable. Just that takes humility. And then to go to treatment and to go to AA and just be open-minded and take suggestions. And the world doesn't revolve around George. I don't know everything. I can learn something from these people,
I back and forth for like 2 months. I legit for almost 2 weeks cried daily, like all day. Like I was living with my mom and stepfather, trying to help take care of them. They were trying to help me get back on my feet because I just got out of jail and nobody wants to talk to me. They're used to my bullshit. Nobody wants to help me no more. My family's done. I'm not welcome at my dad's house, not welcome at my sister's. My brother ain't talking to me. My mom and stepfather is all I get left.
Right. Because I've changed my thought pattern, and this is how the program had worked for me. You know what I mean? I stay connected, I stay involved, and I live a recovery lifestyle, I live a recovery lifestyle. Like I don't worry about old people, places, and things because I have all new people, places, and things.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I'm not rich. I can't afford therapy, man. But I tell you what, I go to A meetings and I'll spill it all there, man. For $1 or $2, it's the cheapest therapy you're ever gonna get.
He's like, bro, he's like, how long have I been clean? I guesstimate because I couldn't remember his exact clean day. I was like, I don't know, 3-4 years now. He's like, yeah, almost 5. He's like, bro, if I ever steered you wrong with when I told you, I said no, not once, man. I said normally I just ignored it and suffered the consequences. Because
that's how I live, man. I live a life of recovery, man. Like, there's no other way for me to live.
Right.
It's either a recovery life or go back to where I was, and I don't ever want to go back to.
Yeah. Can we hit on just a couple things? Because I've got a massive following in Fort Myers.
Sure.
When you was on the east side, was you like more towards Tice in that way or more towards like Old Olga, Riverdale? Like when you said you was on the east side?
I was over by Riverdale.
Yeah, by Riverdale High School in that Old Olga?
Yeah.
Bro, I just moved from there. I just came up here to Athens, Georgia to be with my wife, Jamie Tall. I was behind the new Winn-Dixie actually in Old Olga, next to Old Olga Park. And then one other thing, if we can touch on real quick. So you was down in Fort Mizzy, Fort Myers, Florida. And that's where you experienced the stroke, right?
Actually, I was hanging out. I was hanging out at some dude's house in Cape Coral when I had that stroke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but I wasn't living in Cape Coral. I just happened to be there.
Right. You was just chilling on that side of the county. Right. So my question is like I tried to kill myself too, right? I ran off on the plug. I was supposed to bring a pack from Cape Coral to Point B, which we'll leave out of the story. And it never made it from Southwest Cape to Point B. It made it to my house on the east side, right? And I woke up, but so you stroked out, right? And you got put in a wheelchair, dog, and that wasn't enough.
Talk about it. That whole process would have never happened. So that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to go through the process of recovery, you really have to be willing to just put it out there and don't be afraid what other people think about you, because you're helping other people too.
Yeah, it's and it goes way past drugs and addiction for me. If you're excessively overweight, the hardest part is to get started in the gym. If
Yeah.
you're excessively broke, the hardest part is to ask somebody that's got some money, what are you doing that I ain't? You know what I mean? So the relatability factor in the AA meetings, I definitely agree. I come from Fort Myers, Florida, the 239 or area code. And like I moved to Athens, Georgia, just a couple months ago to be with my wife, Jamie Tall. Make sure you check out Jamie Tall on YouTube. And like,
Absolutely.
bro, the 12-step program up here is so much different. Like
Mhm.
they're trying to get better. And maybe I was just excessively limited on potential resources at that point in time in my recovery. But like I had such a bad taste in my mouth. I'm just being real with you right now, George, from the 12-step program down in Southwest Florida, because it was like, I get it, everybody's struggling, right? And I was one of the people that wanted to spew the negativity out to the world too. But like up here, it's so much different. Like big shout out Athens, Georgia on this one, because like everybody, not everybody, but a substantial percentage is like working on getting better, working on the relatability part. Hey, George, after the meeting, man, let me holler at you, bro, because I went through the same kind of thing you was going through, and this is how I did it. I'm not telling you to do it this way, but I'm just telling you that this is how I did it. 37. I'll be 37 in August, so I'm right behind you. Bro, I gotta ask because it threw me for a loop. I'm sure some of the people, if they're still viewing this through the whole duration of the interview, is still here with us. The Russian roulette part, dog. Like your uncle, you played Russian roulette with a revolver every fucking morning.
6-shooter every single morning for 30 days until he decided that God decided it was okay that I lived. Every day he'd put one bullet, spin it, cock it, and he'd put it against my head. He'd have me take the gun and pull the trigger, and he'd hold a shotgun to my face if I tried putting it down.
Right. Today I smile, like genuinely, like I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like truly happy, joyous, and free. Right? Like I can smile because I just because I'm joyful today. You know what I mean? Like when I took that picture at 60 Days Clean, like I was taking pictures. I just got out of rehab. I'm taking selfies, and I'm in a car with somebody else, and the dude's like, "Smile, dude, smile. You're not smiling." Right. So I took that picture and like I had to force a smile. You know what I mean? Like I was genuinely like miserable. You know what I mean?
Say somebody stumbled upon this video and they were beginning of recovery, or they were still out there struggling with the alcohol, the cocaine, the whatever, right? Knowing what you know now, like I talked about, looking backwards, we can make more sense of things. What would you tell yourself, say the day before? So you got 3 years and a week or two. What would you tell yourself 35 months ago if you just seen this video? Can you share some words of hope, strength, and courage with potentially a newcomer or somebody that's not in the program, because they're like, man, these people are weird, they don't know me, and all the stuff that we used to tell ourselves before we got in the rooms? What's some words of advice you'd give George?
That's a good question, man. If I talk to myself, because hindsight's always 2020, right? And I just know, like I said earlier, I was just so paralyzed by the fear of the unknown. I was so scared if I was going to be able to enjoy life without alcohol, and if I was going to be able to find love, if I was going to be able to function, and what I would say is, on the other side of that fear, all your questions are going to be answered. And what I would say is that, George, you have the ability to control the narrative right now. You can allow drugs and alcohol to control the narrative of your life, or you can take the bull by the horns and do what you have to do to get sober. And there is, there's a life out there that is better than you would ever know if you just jump. If you just jump out of an airplane. I'll go back to the whole, jumping out of the airplane thing. I know it's scary. I know you think you could die. I think you think that the parachute won't open. All these things are running through your head, man. But just jump. Have faith and jump. And I promise you, if you put as much work into it as you did your alcoholism and going to the bar, that you're going to be fine. You know what I mean? Just do what people ask you, and have an open mind. That's what I would say.
Awesome. I love it. Hey, real quick before we say goodbye to the family, George, have you ever seen the video from Steve Harvey on YouTube entitled Jump?
No, I never seen it. I gotta check it out.
Family. Okay, family. If we learned anything from George's testimony today, it's that it's okay to believe in yourself. You're going to have fear, but on the other side of fear is growth and faith.
Forgiven, because I would like to believe that people make mistakes, man. You know,
that's a big ass mistake, bro. Like I'm not forgiving.
It is.
I'm not forgiving people for scamming me on a few hundred down in Florida. Like I'm hoping I can drive back down there and catch them at the gas station one day. And because I hold on to resentment, bro. So for you to relinquish resentment on that, that's like, bro, it's like supernatural, man. Like I'm gonna end this interview. I'm gonna be like, dude, how's that even possible?
Knew what was best for me because I didn't know. You know, I learned, but I didn't know at the time. So a lot of addicts come into recovery have no trust, and I don't trust nobody. I'm not going to listen to this person. I don't trust you. You know what I mean? But what I didn't realize is that all the trust issues were that I didn't trust myself.
It was internal, right?
So I had to put trust in somebody else. I had to surrender. You know, just surrender. There's a better way out there. There's a better way to live. There's a better life for us all. You know, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. And you don't have to be 6 feet under to end it all.
Awesome, Joseph. Listen, I really appreciate that. Family, if we learned anything from Joseph Castro's message today is no matter what you're going through, you got the opportunity to do better. As long as it's before death, institution, incarceration, and death. For some crazy reason, both me and him are still here. And for some crazy reason, you're still here watching this video. So me and Joseph, whether you're in Florida, New York, or absolutely anywhere in between, worldwide, if you see this video, we want you to know that there is hope. There's hope over dope, man. And there can be hugs over drugs, but you got to love yourself wholeheartedly. Joseph, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart so much for taking part in this. I'm looking forward to future collaborations. If there's anything that you ever need, brother, let me know. We'll get you some Everglades seasoning from Fort Myers if you ever miss home.
I've gone through enough in my past. I feel that, you know what? I finally deserve to be happy, and I'm going to do what I can to make myself happy. The only way I can do that is if I let go. Right. Holding on to baggage is just weighing you down while you're walking, no matter what the baggage may be. Right. Whether it's trivial or big, you know, it's all the same. If you pick up a fucking rock that weighs a gram, and I'm referring to a stone, or you pick up a rock that weighs a pound, no matter what, you're still holding on to weight you don't need.
Right.
Until you learn to just let go of the rocks and walk free, you're not gonna. So on that note, I believe that would answer your question. I cannot thank you enough for letting me come on to this, by the way. I've been wanting to do this with you for a while, man.
Dude, I'm so glad, bro. Thank you so much. Make sure y'all get on Facebook. Check out my man, Beautiful Life in Recovery on Facebook.
Get clean. Remember, recovery is not just from drugs, though. It's from trauma. It's from daily struggles. We're all recovering from something. Hit my page. We're all there for you, no matter how trivial or big you think it might be.
I love it. If you stay tuned, me and Jonathan from Beautiful Life in Recovery, we'll probably see you real soon. Tell him peace out, Jonathan.
Peace out, guys. Love you.
See ya. So family, if we learned anything from the great state of PA and my brother from another mother, George Sims, believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, and let yourself make the parachute open right after you jump. If you stay tuned, me and George Sims from PA will see you real soon. Hashtag this dude crazy. Most importantly, hashtag this is IFI. Thanks again, George. Tell the family bye.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
See y'all.
You know, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. And you don't have to be 6 feet under to end it all.
Awesome, Joseph. Listen, I really appreciate that. Family, if we learned anything from Joseph Castro's message today is no matter what you're going through, you got the opportunity to do better. As long as it's before death, institution, incarceration, and death. For some crazy reason, both me and him are still here. And for some crazy reason, you're still here watching this video. So me and Joseph, whether you're in Florida, New York, or absolutely anywhere in between, worldwide, if you see this video, we want you to know that there is hope. There's hope over dope, man. And there can be hugs over drugs, but you got to love yourself wholeheartedly. Joseph, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart so much for taking part in this. I'm looking forward to future collaborations. If there's anything that you ever need, brother, let me know. We'll get you some Everglades seasoning from Fort Myers if you ever miss home. Hey, family, if you stay tuned, we'll see you real soon. Shout out Joseph Castro up in New York. Hashtag this is IFI and hashtag this dude crazy. We'll see you next time. Say bye, Joseph.
Later, guys. Thanks. Peace.